Hi, I'm Kaye Spivey, and today I have 5 do's and 5 don'ts for completing your NaNoWriMo novel this November. Number 1, do tell everyone what you're doing and how it's going. Post on your Facebook, on your Twitter, let everyone know you're going to be participating in NaNoWriMo this year. Definitely tell your family, your friends, your spouse, your children, whoever you have in your life. Make sure that they know that November is going to be focused on you getting some writing done and that they understand how NaNoWriMo works. 50,000 words in a month means you're going to be writing 1,667 words in a day. That's over 2.5 pages for a lot of people. Just to give them an idea of what you're doing and kind of the commitment that you're trying to do so that they'll be willing to back you. And then keep them updated. Tell them what your word count is every day at the end of the day. Tell your friends, post it on your Facebook. If you want to wait till the end of the week, that's just fine. But let people know how you're doing so they can kind of keep track of you and keep you honest as well. Number 2, don't skip days. 2 words is honestly better than no words at all. If you absolutely have to skip a day, sometimes that can mess with your motivation long term. A lot of times it's better to just get in there and write oops or something, to just have the document open, have your fingers on the keyboard, and just get something out there. If you can just scribble a few on the back of the napkin, oftentimes it's going to keep your momentum going better than just completely skipping a day. Number 3, do go to write-ins. Either find your regional local write-ins and go and meet the people who live nearby you, or go to the virtual write-ins online. There's tons of write-ins all over the place, and it's a great place to meet with the NaNoWriMo community. It's also a really good way to get yourself motivated. Doing word sprints with other people can really get you motivated when you feel like you're falling behind and don't know what you're doing with your novel. Number 4 is important. Don't forget to back up your words. And I mean back them up to a flash drive, back them up to the cloud. Make it so that there will never be a disaster that's gonna lose you more than just today's words. Also make sure that you're recording your word count daily and that you're putting it into the NaNoWriMo website so your graph keeps growing, and also it helps people to keep track of what you're doing and keep you honest as well. But absolutely back up your words every day. After you finish a paragraph, hitting save is a good idea. After you finish an entire writing session and get your word count for the day, backing it up to an alternate device, even if that's just the cloud or if it's a flash drive. Just make sure that it is somewhere else where you could retrieve it if your computer dies, because they do die. Every now and then you're going to lose everything, so make sure your novel is in multiple places. Number 5, do front load your word count, especially because the motivation is way higher at the beginning of NaNoWriMo. If you're doing like a midnight write-in for the very first day, or you just have a lot of enthusiasm, you're gonna be able to get a lot of words in. Use that so well. Write 2,000 words a day, write 3,000 words a day for as long as you can keep that motivation going, because you are going to have a day where you're really sick or you're just so busy and you just cannot hit the word count for the life of you. But if you front loaded yourself and you had a lot of words in the first week, that's not going to impact you as much if you have to slow down and maybe write a few less words sometime in the middle. Middle's usually the hardest. Those are when I need the extra backup words. And sometimes at the end, being able to finish a little bit earlier, sometimes being able to finish before Thanksgiving if you're an American, or before other holiday plans start coming into play, can be really helpful. Number 6, don't get fixated. This is a forward momentum month. This is not a sit on the first paragraph and think about it writing challenge. This is not a get it perfect writing challenge. This is a finish the first draft. So if you can't get over a scene or you can't get through a section, you can skip it. You can even jump projects at any time. If you start off on one and you just cannot get into it and you keep thinking about another one, don't throw away those words. Those words still count for this month because that's how NaNoWriMo works. But jump to your next novel. Being fixated on one thing and insisting that it has to get done is just really not what NaNoWriMo is all about. Getting the words going, getting into the flow of things, getting the mindset and the pattern of writing that much every day is really what the month is all about. So don't get fixated on something that's not working. Keep going, keep the momentum moving, and work on something else instead. Number 7, you've heard the terms pantser and planner. Number 7 is a big do plan. And I am not saying you have to be a planner. You do not need to outline, but you do need to brainstorm. If you're going into NaNoWriMo completely fresh, brand new idea, just thought of it last night, your likelihood of completing the 50,000 words is pretty low. There are people who can do it, there are people who have done it, but give yourself the best chance. At least give yourself a day or two or an hour or two, however much it takes, to sit down and really plan some kind of beginning, middle, end, some kind of characters, some kind of arc, just something to kind of get yourself going. If you are an outliner, that's what this month is for. This is October, this is planning month, this is outlining, this is getting everything fleshed out, and it is gonna start you off headed for success. Again though, you don't have to do an entire outline, you don't have to have the whole novel planned out, but have it planned some, because it's going to give you the best chance. Number 8, don't exhaust yourself. Do sleep, do eat, do shower. Sometimes some of the rhetoric surrounding NaNoWriMo can be very drop everything for your novel, and that just isn't sustainable. It's really good to kind of set yourself aside the time, maybe put aside all your Netflix shows, like really focus on the novel. But don't put aside basic necessities, don't lose sleep over it. Try and plan your day so that you're getting some writing done during your daytime hours and not losing sleep for it, not staying up extra late. Some of the point of NaNoWriMo is to teach yourself the good behaviors towards writing and that you can accomplish a lofty goal in a short amount of time, but dropping everything and acting like this is a big deadline is just not going to benefit you long term. You're not going to be able to keep going for a month on 4 hours of sleep. So get yourself to bed on time. If you have to do a little bit, waking up maybe 15 minutes early or staying up 15 minutes late, that's okay. But don't stay up till 2 a.m. when you need to be at work at 8 in the morning. Number 9, do be persistent. Writing 10,000 words is way better than quitting because you're not going to make it to 50K. The first time I did NaNoWriMo, I only made it to 10,000 words, and I was really proud of that. That was a huge accomplishment. That was way more than I had ever written in a sitting down ever before. It was such a good learning curve, but I could not have made more than 10K my first year. It would not have been possible. And if that's true for you and you're looking and you've got 2,000 words and the end of the month is coming up and you're panicking, you're like, well, I might as well just stop. No, all of those words are valuable. All of those words are toward your story. Keep going, finish out the month, and see what your maximum that you can do is. Because if you don't complete the challenge, then you don't know what your maximum is, and then when you go next year, you're like, well, I didn't complete it last year, so I'm not going to complete it this year. And then why even be doing NaNoWriMo at all? Finish it out, see what your maximum is, and if you got 3,000 words this year, maybe you can get 6,000 next year. If you got 10,000 this year, maybe you can get 25,000 next year. This is building yourself up and teaching yourself good behaviors for getting your writing done, and also just teaching yourself kind of the process. Sometimes it's just easier to have seen what 1,000 words looks like, and then you're able to get 1,000 words the next time without kind of the same struggles of just putting the words down. And number 10 ties in with that. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. This is a challenge, this is not a competition. You do not have to get 50,000 words. You do not have to get over 50,000 words. You don't have to have the highest word count of anyone you know. You don't have to do anything. You didn't have to do NaNoWriMo. No one is forcing you. This is for fun. This is a challenge. This is a see how well you can do. See how close to the goal you can get. So if you have to drop out, if you have to work on yourself, your mental state, if you have just, life is getting completely in the way and there's no chance, cut yourself some slack. It's okay. This is for fun. This is gonna keep happening year after year. There's Camp NaNoWriMo throughout the year. It's just story. It's just words. It's just a challenge. So go easy on yourself. I've given you some do's and don'ts to succeed, but if you've got to throw them all away and just say nope, that's fine. This month is about you becoming the best writer you can be by learning how to complete a fairly lofty word count goal in 1 month. So good luck to you. Hope that your planning month is going well. If you're just kind of deciding whether or not to do NaNoWriMo, I hope you go for it. It's a lot of fun and you can accomplish really great things. If you have any questions for me, please leave them down below. I'd love to answer any questions you have. I've been doing NaNoWriMo for quite a while now, so I'm going to do some videos with tips, tricks, helpful things, answering any questions that you guys might have to help you get started with this November. If you like videos like this, please leave me a like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye!